Constitution, the emolument clauses are. First, you have Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8, which states, "No person holding any office of profit or trust under the United States shall, without the consent of Congress, accept any present, emolument, office, or title of any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state." Then you have the Domestic Emoluments Clause, also known as the Presidential Emoluments Clause, Article 2, Section 1, Clause 7, which states that the president shall at stated times receive for his services a compensation which shall now neither be increased nor diminished during the period for which he shall have been elected, and he shall not receive within that period any other emolument from the United States or any of them. And then you have the Ineligibility Clause. No senator or representative shall, during the time for which he was elected, appointed to any civil office under the authority of the United States, which shall have been created, or the emoluments whereof shall have been increased during such time, and no person holding any office under the United States shall be a member of either house during his continuance in office. Take a look at some of the great reporting by Crew and check them out. Rebecca Jacobs writes, Trump made at least $9.6 million from the Middle East while president. It talks about how Donald Trump made at least $9.6 million from countries in the Middle East during his presidency, according to years of reporting and a Crew analysis of his tax returns. That means Trump pulled in at least 6 times his official presidential salary in side income from the Middle East alone during his time in office. The total is likely much higher, but public reporting only sheds light on the most high-profile instances. After Trump was elected, he made the unprecedented decision not to divest from his business interests and remained very much involved in the Trump Organization, creating an endless number of conflicts of interest by blurring the lines between the government and his businesses. The profiteering paid off. Trump raked in tens of millions from international business interests during his time in office. Then it goes through Saudi Arabia from December 2016 through February 2017. Saudi government lobbyists reserved blocks of rooms at Trump's D.C. hotel, paying for an estimated 500 nights at the luxury hotel in just 3 months, spending at least $270,000 at the property in total. Trump continued to benefit from Saudi business in office. When the Saudi crown prince visited New York in 2018, several members of his entourage stayed at the Trump International Hotel in Manhattan. Earnings from the room rentals caused revenue to spike 13%, putting the hotel back in the black after 2 years of decline. Weeks before the murder of Washington Post contributing columnist Jamal Khashoggi by agents of the Saudi government, Trump business partner in Indonesia signed an agreement for a Saudi-backed company to work on a development with Trump-branded elements. Asked about the deal, quote, an official with the Saudi-tied firm also said they expect to be involved in the development of a different Trump-branded project in the future. How about Qatar? After several Middle Eastern countries cut diplomatic ties with Qatar, Qatar spent hundreds of thousands of dollars lobbying to put itself back into Trump and the U.S.'s good graces. They purchased a $6.5 million condo in Trump World Tower and started renting space in, quote, the most valuable asset in Trump's portfolio, a San Francisco building he co-owns, directing $125,000 per year in rent to the president. After Qatar finished renovations in February 2018, the office sat completely vacant. In April 2018, he welcomed the Emir of Qatar to the Oval Office and praised the country. United Arab Emirates. Trump raked in money from the UAE through his Dubai golf course amid concerns about corruption and human rights abuses. Before taking office, he was paid as much as $10 million in royalties from the golf course and other projects in Dubai. On top of that, the UAE spent up to $10,000 per night for rooms at Trump's D.C. hotel late 2017 to mid-2018. Trump acted favorably to the UAE in many ways during his time, from his administration's maximum pressure agenda against UAE adversary Iran to supporting a $23 billion arms deal with Abu Dhabi in 2020. Turkey goes on and on. Trump made over $80 million from UK and Ireland while president. Also, Trump made up to $160 million from foreign countries as president. Donald Trump made up to $160 million from international business dealings while he was serving as president. Or how about this one? Trump reported making more than $1.6 billion while he was president. And I want to applaud Jamie Raskin for being steadfast on this. When MAGA Republicans announced that they would be creating these Orwellian named weaponization hearings,